Yeah. Okay. But anyway, you are in Finland now. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Welcome.
My first time.
Your first time in
never
Finland.
been to Finland.
Okay. How do you feel?
Great. I mean, I've been talking about doing shows here for years, and it never happened.
Yeah.
And then I got this contact, and my manager talked to him. And I came home Monday from the Udo tour. I live in Italy, and he said, "You want to do this Kiss thing?" And I said, "What's it all about?" And he said, "Blah blah blah. You should do it. Open the door in Finland." I said, "I'm there."
Yeah. And especially because, like you said, you toured with Udo, and Udo played here, and you went on the bill. And why was he in Sweden and not in Finland?
Well, I mean, it was a matter of logistics. Two of my band members have another band called Meridian, and they're releasing an album today, and they're playing Copenhagen release party. I wanted to do the rest of the shows, but they weren't available, so it was a logistics problem. I thought about getting another guitar player or two to finish the Udo tour, say all the way to Sofia, or maybe even Italy where I live, but it was just too difficult. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I wanted to do it all. It was great for me. I mean, the fans were great.
Yeah, but no problem, because now you are here.
Yeah.
So that's why.
That's part of the reason my manager said, get your ass to Finland, because you didn't play Helsinki with Udo, you need to go. So I said, okay, I'll go.
Yeah. And now you are going to do some Kiss songs, obviously, but also the Accept songs from this
Generation Clash and Balls to the Wall and Detroit Rock City.
Yeah, so great selection of songs.
Yeah.
So what's your relationship with Kiss? Are you a big fan of Kiss?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up on Kiss. I mean, I saw them in the late 70s when I was, 17 years old, 18 years old. I mean, I used to see them before they had the huge stage. And, I knew Gene back in the late 80s and 90s. I would see him quite often in Hollywood at Trader Vic's. We'd say hello, and he always gave me advice, I met him, of course, when I was in Accept. They had toured with Kiss years ago. We went to Monsters of Rock, and Gene invited us on his trailer. When Shannon was pregnant with Nick, she was really pregnant.
In the late 80s.
We sat with Gene for a little while and talked. And David Lee Roth was there, Iron Maiden. It was a long time ago, like 88, I think.
So now you have a new solo album out. I think last for Resilient Hearts with the band. So I think this is your first solo album in 6 years or something since Compromise. So how come such a big gap?
Well, after Bonfire, I honestly got I was sick of being in a band. I'm tired of being somebody's singer. I'm a leader, and I just thought enough, And then I did Saint and Sinners with Frank Ponnet. But he's still in Bonfire, so we would finish an album, play 5 or 6 shows, and he would go with Bonfire. And I would be sitting around going, what am I going to do now? And Malte, the bassist, and I said, he goes, why don't you go solo? Forget all this crap. And I said, you come with me. He said, I'm in. So
So how do you feel about the new album? Has it been a success?
It's a great success. I mean, I think it's probably one of the best albums I've ever done.
It's heavy rock and melody.
I'm on another one right now. I'm recording. It's a little heavier.
Even heavier.
Yeah. I kind of got to be honest. Touring with Udo so many shows, I watched the audience, and when I played Eat the Heat, D-Train and Hellhammer, the audience response, I was like, maybe I should go a little heavier. So this one will be melodic, vocal like I normally do, but a little heavier guitars and grooves. So far, I have 5 done. I'm pretty excited. Actually, Martin Jepsen Anderson quit the band 3 days ago. So I hired Andy Susumi.
With Bangalore Choir as well.
Yeah, he played with Bangalore Choir a few times, and we did a lot of albums together, and he was my first choice anyways. And Martin was just not working on tour the way I wanted, and I got home Monday, and I told him some things I wanted him to change, and he said, okay, no problem. And then later that day, he wrote me a resignation letter. I quit. I said, okay. So I called Andy. You ready? I'm ready.
So that's how it goes.
Yeah, we've been writing songs for a few months anyways, so I was going to use some of those songs on my new album. and it was just perfect because Andy is probably one of the most underrated guitar players in the world. The connection with Udo is still strong. He came to some Udo shows to see me. We write well together. We tour well together. I just don't want drama. You know, I want a happy group. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want people that like each other and it's comfortable. And
because there seems to be a lot of drama these days in these bands, even more than in the.
And it's like everybody's in 10 different bands. You know, so it's like, are you free next week? And it's like, Andy's the kind of guy that would throw 100% at me
and just concentrate with your
focus on me.
Yeah.
Of course, he has a solo career, but it's kind of a weekend acoustic thing. And he's tired of doing that. He wants to be heavy again. So I stayed with him in Stuttgart. We stayed at his house after the show. And it was a sad moment because we both come from the same past. And I watched his face at the show. I said, "Are you all right?" He said, "I have a lot of regrets. I should have stayed in UDO one more album." I said, "Yeah, you look sad." I go, "I should have stayed in Accept for another album." He goes, "Yeah, we messed up." I said, "Yeah, we made a mistake." But we're still together, and all these.
He was in Udo when you were in Accept.
Yeah,
right at the same time.
I was doing Eat the Heat, and they were doing Animal House next door.
Oh,
and
really?
Then he did Mean Machine. So I mean, I was around him for 2 years. I saw him. So. We're good friends.
Yeah. So you will have that album out this year, hopefully.
I hope so. Brazilian Heart came out in November last year.
So
my plan is to come back to Scandinavia and Germany in the fall.
Okay.
I would either like to have the album out first before October, or be touring 2 weeks to a month before it comes out.
Okay.
It's kind of up to the label. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Okay. So you will have a chance to play in Finland again next if you're coming to Scandinavia. You won't miss.
My manager is Giles Lavery, so he manages Bonnet and Girls School, so he's a heavy hitter, so he'll be pushing it. That's part of the reason I'm here. He knows him, so it's a good opportunity.
And also you had Danish musicians on the first album mostly, or were they all Danish?
Just the guitar player.
Oh, just the guitar player.
Anderson, he left Monday. Marco Angioli is Italian, but he lives in Denmark. He's married to a Danish woman. Malte Fredrik Burkett is my bassist from Sainted Sinners. He's still with me. And then I have a new drummer, Andrea Gianangeli from Rome. We had a Danish drummer for a while, but it just wasn't right. You know, he just wasn't interested in, didn't have the push, you know. So I fired him. So I got this new guy, and he did the Udo tour. He's amazing. Hungry, young.
So it's kind of like multicultural band still.
But still, like a bunch of immigrants. I mean, it's crazy. Everybody go, where are you from? Where are you from? American, Danish, German, you know.
But still it works. The chemistry works and everything.
Because it's rock and roll music. I mean, without the drama, it's easy. You know, being in a band is pretty difficult. If you have the right chemistry, it's fine. But there's always seems to be one guy that doesn't feel the same way and think like everybody. So now I changed that.
Do you ever feel when you were in Accept, there was 3 guys who were German?
And definitely different. Very different. I'm an American guy, and I'm in a band that is historic. I was a young, stupid kid, and they're a machine. You know, I mean, they taught me what it's like to work. Because when I came from the clubs and we played 5 hours a day, 7 days a week, cover songs, we wrote a few songs. But when I got an Accept, it wasn't unreasonable to rehearse 8 hours every day. We had our sets, you know, A, B, and C. We didn't have a list of songs. We didn't would say set A. We play set A. Set B. Very organized, very German,
structured,
structured. And it taught me a lot. Made me the singer I am today. I'm very grateful for that. It was weird because Jörg Fischer was in the band one day, and then one day I walked upstairs in the guest house and he was gone, and there was an English guy, and I didn't know him, and he really didn't fit either, like me. It was very strange. He wasn't
I got
heavy guitar player. He's melodic, more pop. Gabby just picked him and said he's the new guy.
So at the end of Accept, you know, there's been a lot of stories that it came to blows on dressing rooms and stuff like that.
It wasn't a blow. It was Peter had told my girlfriend I was having an affair. with another woman, and he told her. And I asked him, did you tell her? And he said yes. So I slapped him.
And that's it.
That ended it. And it was bad before that, the communication. Ticket sales weren't good. We were opening for Wasp. So I think they really thought that getting the American in and we would break the United States. But Accept aren't really huge in America, like here. They never really broke. That's why they hired me. They wanted a new change.
Yeah.
And the tour was going kind of slow. We did a headline tour first in the States, clubs. That was good. And then we went out with Wasp and Metal Church, and it was half rooms, not very good tickets. So they were feeling the stress of that, and the communication was bad. So it was building. I regret slapping him. Peter and I are friends now, but it's a bad decision.
Yeah, but these things happen. You know.
A lot of stress, you know. I mean, being in a band, it can be really, like I said, a lot of drama.
Yeah.
He had no right to tell her, and I had no right to slap him. So, but I regret it.
Yeah, but there's still good memories. This album is. It's not. It's underrated album.
I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm here because of that.
Yeah, and it's now been 30 years since release. Actually, this spring.
30-year anniversary. That's why the UDO tour was great because I would say on stage a 30-year circle. Because I can honestly say I was a little nervous to meet Udo in those days because I took his job. They fired him and got me. But every day I saw him, he was always a gentleman.
Yeah,
you'll be all right.
He didn't mind.
He didn't. He wasn't arrogant. He was always friendly. Treated me with respect. So that's when I got the opportunity for the Udo tour. I jumped on it.
Yeah. And this album really is it's a different record. Not only because you are singing, but it's more melodic and more going into
that was the focus.
Sound. Yeah, that was intentional.
Balls to the Wall did 400,000 copies. Gold is 500. The record companies were saying you need a platinum album.
Yeah.
Get an American, get somebody who can sing a little more commercially. We'll break this band. We got the foundation. But you got to remember, I didn't choose Accept. They chose
you.
I didn't force them to pick me.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. It didn't work. I mean, the fans were like, what are you doing? The old fans, the new fans loved it.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about this album is, night after night, I hear, God, I hated you when this album came out, but now I love it.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard it so many times.
It's crazy. I mean, every night I play, somebody brings that or the LP from 1989 and I sign it. It's really embarrassing because Wolf doesn't want to talk about that period. He never doesn't want to talk about it. And actually, I think he plays great on it.
Yeah.
It's really tasty guitar work. And that was Dieter Dirks saying, let's open up your ability. And he just doesn't want to remember that part of it. I'm very proud of it.
How do you feel? Is it Accept anymore then?
No.
Now it's just Wolf. And some guys,
I can tell you, every night I played with Udo, the fans would come to me and say, I went to see Accept the other night. I'm staying with Udo. I mean, it was boring. The Orchestra of Death, and they said, I want to hear Fast as a Shark. I want to hear. I don't want to hear an orchestra.
Yeah, exactly.
So a lot of fans were telling me they weren't happy. So they're loyal to Udo.
Yeah. But the machine needs to keep rolling on, something like that.
Yeah,
the machine needs to.
I don't wish them any bad luck. I personally don't care what Wolf does. I mean, that's his business.
Yeah. So moving from Accept, you did some records with Bangalore Choir. These were just, I think these are the two of the latest albums. So
what happened was Firefest contacted me. Right?
Okay.
And the way Firefest works is you have to have 3 original members from those bands of that era. And I hadn't spoken to the original lineup for 19 years.
Yeah.
We broke up because grunge killed the album On Target. I mean, that was a fabulous album.
Yeah.
We had great tours. We had Whitesnake's manager. We had everything. And then, 3 months later, it was over. I mean, we go from here to below here in 3 months, and they said, go home and get a real job. What? But I didn't know that On Target was huge in Europe. They said it's dead everywhere. Had I known, I would have put the band on an airplane and played on the rocks or these clubs in these cities, because everywhere I go, they have On Target and say, what an album. But I was told it was over, so I just said, okay, enough. And then Firefest happened in 2010. They asked, can we get the original lineup together? I said, it's going to be tough. So I called Kurt Mitchell and Danny Greenberg, and I said, what do you think? And they're like, nah. And then I said, think about it. It would be fun. We went on stage, it was sold out. They sang every word from the first word to the last song. And we're saying, where have you been? Yeah. So with that momentum, Andy Susamil and I, and Curtis, wrote these 2 albums, thinking we could revive the band. It didn't work.
Why?
Well, Kurt doesn't want to tour. Kurt Mitchell hates touring. He wants to stay home. He made a comment to me once, and he said, you see this house? Yeah, this is mine. You see this grass in my yard I'm standing on? Yeah, it's mine. A record company can't take it away from me. I worked for it and I paid for it. Nobody tells me or owes me money. I teach guitar in the garage. I have a wife and kids. I'm happy. I'm not leaving this. I said, come on, Kurt, you're brilliant. Nope. So we did a couple of gigs.
So the Bangalore Choir, that's not going to come back anymore. You don't
I get asked that question every day. I wish if I could get Curtis out of the house. He and I had a special magic. And him and Andy on guitar together, it's a brutal live. And they're so good. But again, if a man's heart is not in it, you can't force him to be happy. He misses his wife when he gets on a bus. He's calling her 100 times a day. He's lonesome, misses his daughter and his granddaughter. It's just not good for him. Some people aren't made for it.
But that's life.
It's funny because Kurt was a drug addict. I was too at one time. When he stopped taking drugs, he had been clean about 13 years when I saw him at Firefest. He was actually more irritable and hated rock and roll more then than he did when he was drinking and taking drugs.
Okay, so made him more
aware of how crazy the business is. He's like, I don't want this, My brain is clear. I don't need this, And he's a brilliant guitar player. Amazing.
So you're touring a lot, obviously these days, playing shows all the time. How do you keep your voice in shape? Because it's still great.
I don't drink. I don't smoke. Chew a little tobacco. I sleep 8 hours a day. I made a decision to stop drinking a long time ago. That was affecting me personally and vocally. I thought I was good. Then I would listen to the albums or the recordings and I'd be like, I was gaining weight. I wasn't feeling good. And then one day I just said, that's it. And it's amazing. That day, like the next day, the phone rang, and opportunities happened. It was like I don't know if it was God or whatever, but things changed. I feel better, I look better, I sing better. I'm happily married.
And nowadays it seems the old days of excess of having sex, drugs and rock and roll, that doesn't apply today because people just don't last.
We die.
Everybody's
dying now. I mean, look at how many guys we've lost in the last 5 years. I mean, we abuse ourselves. I mean, we're all getting older. And the body's a machine. And that, as being a singer, your instrument is built inside. And if you beat on it for 20 years, it's going to quit. It's not like a guitar player. They can kind of pull it off. But singers, generally after touring for 20 years, they start to decline. I've been lucky because I did a lot of vocal training when I was young. I still do vocal classes. It's important. You have to stay focused. I did extreme singing with UDO on that tour.
Speak louder. Speak
no sleep.
The tone so I can hear you.
Traveling like crazy, and I was lucky, and I got the flu really bad. My voice was strong, and I was able to sing. That's one thing about Udo that I admire. That man, his bad bone infection is like, they said in Spain, cancel the tour. He said, never. My voice is good. My leg is bad. He was on stage with a cane every night. So it was like inspiring to me to watch this 66-year-old man scream his head off. We do 5 in a row, day off. drive, 4 in a row, day off, drive. I mean, it's nonstop. Very German.
This will be the best deal show you've ever seen.
So it's not like these 3 shows, 4 days off. It's when you tour with Udo, you're playing every night, which you have to because it's a money thing.
Yeah, you need
got to
to
keep them
exactly
full of gas and pay everybody.
Yeah.
So I take good care of myself. I'm happy to be clean. I mean, it's not that I was out of control, but I just knew that it was one of those things. If I want to be last as a singer, I got to lay it down. Yeah, I don't miss it. People drink on the airplane. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, and they die. And they die later because of it.
Well, maybe.
What's the use?
It seems like some guys can drink all the time and some can't. And I don't.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be at a point where I could not say no. You know, I know a lot of guys that have to wake up and drink and to feel normal.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy. And I was doing that too, actually. At the end, I was drinking all day. My wife said, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing." She goes, "It's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's Monday. So, when did you start doing that?" And it progressively
went into that.
you get into that habit where you tell yourself it's okay.
Yeah.
And where I had the realization was in Copenhagen. I have a day job, and I was working 12 hours a day, getting on the train, going to my apartment, and I would drink beer. And I went to see a guy play guitar, and I had a bunch of Tuborg beer, and I started feeling kind of sick. My pants were tighter, and I was like, I don't feel good. And the beer I felt worse. I said, wait a minute. So that was the night I decided.
Okay, that was the
End of it. The moment I decided. Time to quit.
Okay. So, what do you want to achieve in your career still?
I just
Where do
want
you
to
want
be,
to go?
everybody probably says that I want to be respected. I believe I treat my fans really well. I take time to speak to everybody. I still think I have a couple of good albums inside me.
Yeah.
I want to see what they sound like. Probably go back out with Udo again in the fall. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
I just want to show the world what I got.
Yeah.
I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
I
Keep
have a lot
on.
of desire left in me. I know a lot of guys, I'm 58, a lot of guys get tired of it. They sound like they're tired of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch them on stage. Come on. Do something, get some energy. Well, they're tired or they're old. If it comes to that, then I'll quit. When it's not fun, I'll stop. I still have fun.
Yeah.
It's stressful. There are moments where I want to pull my hair out on tour, but that's touring. It's like an army of crazy people, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not normal. You know, riding around the world and then playing rock music is not a normal thing. It's entertainment. It's show business.
Exactly. Yeah. But maybe it's 9 to 5. Still. Yeah.
Well,
it's
I have a 9 to 5 job too, but it's like going on tour with 4 other crazy people and playing music in front of people and trying to get them to enjoy what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes they don't like it. You just gotta keep pushing.
Yeah. Okay. Last words for the Finnish fans.
I'm grateful to be here.
Yeah.
I look forward to tomorrow. I'm excited. I hope to continue playing in country. There's more than just Helsinki.
Yeah.
I've been told there's many areas to play.
Yeah.
Festivals.
Yeah. True.
And I'm hoping this opens the door for that.
Yeah. Great.
I play Sweden and Norway and Denmark all the time, but I've never been here.
Yeah, exactly. That's
So it's time.
Yeah. Hope to see you here again soon.
hope.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
That's
Nice
cool.
to talk to you.